Welcome to Tuber Chat. Whether you're working on your first 1,000, 2,000, or even 10,000 subscribers and beyond, you've come to the right place. We're going to introduce you to some of the most influential content creators that can help to get your channel moving beyond your first 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. The very first channel that we're looking at today is Rem's Family, and this is a channel that was renamed from Rem's Family Farm. It's a homesteading channel, and they bring us all kinds of outdoor content and a little bit of indoor content to go with it. A lot of education on the channel, like we find from a lot of our, or all of our, homesteading, ranching, farming, and gardening friends. A lot of creators that bring us a lot of outdoor content have a lot of education for us and a similar generosity in their personalities, wanting to share knowledge and resources for each other. I'm just going to grab the latest video that they've got, and I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. This creator is incredibly knowledgeable about the outdoors, can point out simple things like, edible plants or things to avoid. And so the education is all throughout all of the content. Even when we get into shorts, we get bite-sized bits of information with a little bit of entertainment. We get into 10,000 views and beyond on a couple of these. Live streams are frequent, as we can see, usually at least a couple of times a week, if not more often. And it looks like they've got a couple of series, as a matter of fact. So Fridays is a regular event, and then coffee time looks like it happens just about every week on the same day as well. So hopefully everybody will head to their channel. They talk about gardening, farming, hunting, fishing, foraging in northern New Brunswick, so another fellow Canadian, and monetize. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. And pardon me, I've got quite a few names on the wheel right now. I'm just adding a couple here. Rushing Wind Mountain is here, and Angel Light Over Darkness 33, who's actually been with me since long before Tuber Chat was even a thing, and we're coming up on our 4-year anniversary another month from now. Long time friends here in the chat, many, so thank you for that. And I've also got, of course, Scratchin' PPA on the wheel in the pole position. He's one of the most supportive creators that I've met in my 6.5 years on YouTube. Michael's Adventures will send his regards. He's not here today just due to a work schedule. We'll likely see him on the weekend. Fairbrick Studio and Roadkill Gaming Jory are both early in the door. I'm going to talk about watch hours in a quick second because I know Jory was talking about it. Canadian Family Life and Purple Tube are both in the house. I think I saw somebody, Purple Tube, just today or yesterday, saying they like your backyard. They had gone and looked at one of the videos. I'm not sure if it was you on the ATV or not. Purple Tube's another friend of about 3 years. Butler Family Farm is out doing some work, but got the phone on, so thank you for that, Jerry. 49 more, and Jesse Miller Unboxings and More just celebrated a pre-birthday live stream. Thank you for sending in. Raid as well. We've got at least one friend that came over that wasn't already with us. Jesse Miller Unboxings and More has a birthday coming up on Saturday, but she did a pre-birthday stream today. She actually asked her audience when would be the right day, and it was quite busy in there and a lot of fun. We got a chance to get to know quite a bit about Jesse Miller Unboxings and More, how she started her channel, why she does what she does, and a little bit about her as well. Ace Flaw 1 is another friend of about 4 years. I've got them on the wheel now, and I know we've got a lot more creators in the chat. Just Jason Keto and More is also here. We have got Bella's Whisper Farmstead. Forgive me for not remembering whether this is your first time here in Tuber Chatter, if you've been with us once before. DJ's Adventures and Beyond is here. Huga Homestead is another friend of well beyond 2 years. Pretty soon I'm going to have to start saying 3, I think. I Bring It Every Day, that's Kelly. And she is a longtime friend as well. Jamie Marie Crafts is fairly new to Tuber Chat, but I think you've been with us at least once before. John P. Adventures is here. Kenny's Collectibles and Gaming might be brand new. Forgive me if I'm mistaken about a couple of these, because we have had quite a few new channels come in lately. Crazy Crafter Adventures and Pam's Cozy Crochet Nook are both here. Super Rainbow Queen and Sweet Melissa came over from actually Jesse Miller's live stream just a moment ago. Tamika Davis and TCG Fam is in the house. Theta Eisenberg and Xbox Quackers is a Twitch streamer that brings some shorts over to YouTube. Izzy Pop is in the house. They just gifted a membership. Crazy Crafter Adventures just picked that up. So if they're still hanging out in the chat, which they are, then I'll put them on the wheel right away. We'll look at Izzy Pop's channel next, right before I start spinning the wheel. We always put Superchatters and membership gifters on the screen right away in order. But everything here in Tuber Chat is open to everyone. So if you're brand new, you may not have heard me say before that you don't have to Super Chat. You don't have to be a member. It does take a very long time, sometimes an hour and a half to 2 hours before I start adding names to our wheel from our chat list. But I will do that, and it's always based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation over the course of the stream. And I have got a robot in the background, or a ChatBot, that helps keep track of that. I'm going to be on the lookout for stream elements today. They gave instruction in the support chat to log out, disconnect, log in, reconnect, and so we'll see if that works. Globy's Travels is here. And Cool Gamer, good to see you in the house. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody. And I will talk about watch hours. I'm trying not to forget while I'm going on. Yeah, Pete's joking with Jessie Miller because she was talking about not talking that fast. She usually does live streams that are about an hour, I think, and she went extra time today, which is great. And she did a great job of keeping up with the chat, though. That's something a lot of us have to learn. Even I come from a radio background, so talking rapidly is not new to me at all. But when I started on YouTube, I struggled as much as anybody or more trying to keep up with the chat, and I would miss so much. And I've improved over the years. But, you know, the idea behind what we're doing here is to have conversations in the chat, share our experiences, tips and tricks, and hopefully inspire each other to continue to improve, myself included, while we discuss different ideas. The Hillbilly Chicken Ranch is in the house. Forgive me, Susan. I was just on her channel on Wednesday morning. Yesterday morning. And let me get you onto the wheel. We always put members on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. So I want to talk about watch hours just because Roadkill Gaming Jory was mentioning it. So I've noticed, because we're working on watch hours with our copyright-free music channel as well. So I watch the analytics and I look in the background all the time, or often enough, at least once a day. And what I've noticed is YouTube puts a very clear paragraph there. They've changed it a couple of times. I think they actually just changed it a couple of days ago, where it lets you know that the numbers in the watch hours that count towards your monetization can be very different from the watch hours in your typical analytics. And that's because not every watch hour counts towards monetization. There's a few different reasons for that. It's a bit of a lengthy speech for me to get into today, but I'll give you a quick example. If there's a blogger out there doing a top 10 list, and let's say Rem's family, they're already monetized, but let's just say they're out talking about foraging in New Brunswick, right? And this blogger does a top 10 list of YouTubers that do foraging in New Brunswick. It's possible that that blogger will put one of Rem's family's videos into their webpage, and they might get a lot of views from that. I've actually got a video on my personal channel that got 5,000 views, I believe it was, because a blogger put it in a top 10 list. It's just a song. I had nothing to do with it. I've made it unlisted because I probably should just take it right off the channel and everything else. But these are the things that can happen, and it's only one tiny example of an abundant number of different things. So when you read the analytics, for those of you thinking about monetization, which is most of us, then you'll notice that it clearly says, first of all, the numbers might be different. Secondly, it can take up to a week to update. So typically, a lot of the numbers in your analytics will move around and fluctuate and drive us all bananas for about 72 hours before they settle. But watch hours are a different story when it comes to monetization. So just keep that in mind. We have to have extra patience. Nancy from Our Treasured Home celebrated a birthday today as well. I was lucky to catch your live stream early this morning. I'm in the Eastern time zone, of course. So hopefully everybody will wish Jesse Miller Unboxings and More and our treasured home a happy birthday. We're a little bit early for Jesse Miller, but she's a dear friend and a supporter who's been with us already for about 3 years and has increased the amount of support that she gives to all of my and all of our channels, for which I'm grateful. Jan Hines, good to see you in the house. I know you were early in the door, almost the first one today. So thank you for that. And so Rem's Family is our featured channel for today, and every day I feature a different channel based on generosity and impact that I've seen within the YouTube and Tuber Chat community, so that you have the opportunity to meet loyal and dedicated supporters even when we're not live streaming. So forgive me, it's going to be a little bit glitchy today. I've got a better idea for what I'm going to do with some of these pre-recorded segments that I was testing the other day, but we'll give them a try again for today. You'll see what I'm talking about in a quick second here, and then we'll look at Izzy Pop. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. Tamika Davis is in the house, an incredibly supportive creator. And I also see that Serenity Studio Art is here. She was on a panel with me just about a week and a half ago or 2 weeks ago with Charlene Heel. We were talking about the mistakes that YouTubers make during the beginnings of their YouTube journey, and the hope, of course, is to help people avoid some of the mistakes that we've made. I promise you I've made as many as anybody. I continue today, and hopefully everybody can take inspiration from that in one way or another. The amazing M&G, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Lisa J. Stocks, good to see you here. She's putting out so much information. I happen to be like very much interested in personal finance and all things investing. But Lisa J. Stocks is putting out so much information I can't keep up. And I promise I literally do shake my head every day, because when I'm going through the YouTube pages, Lisa J. Stocks will have some new video up almost every day, and there'll be a thumbnail, and I'll be like, I want to see this. I forget what it was today, the thumbnail that I saw. It'll come to me, but it wasn't dollar cost averaging or dividends. It was compound interest. That's what it was. That was the thumbnail I saw. So I always look forward to her content, but she does live streams as well. The reason why I get so interested or excited about finance when we're talking here is because I know that 99% of us have monetization on our minds, and wouldn't it be a wonderful world if we could maximize the impact of that revenue that's going to come from monetization once we get there. So Lisa J. Stocks, a Stock Explorer, budgeting just because it's the bankroll, and a few more channels are going to help us with that. So Rambling with the Brooms, I've got you on the wheel with Lisa J. Stocks. Izzy Pop is up here right now. They just gifted a membership. Crazy Crafter Adventures has been put on the wheel as well. They picked up that gifted membership. Izzy Pop is somebody who's here with us every day, and they do a ton of live streaming. They actually post a lot of videos too. I don't know where they find the time for this, but they've got incredibly interesting animated videos with interesting music behind each one as well. You can see their outstanding banner as well as their avatar as well. And yeah, Lisa J. Stocks, you're making me laugh. I'm sure you're not being sarcastic, but my dear goodness, you do put out an abundant amount of content. But it's great for your audience, great for your viewers, and it's wonderful to have a catalog of not just financial knowledge, but opinion there. So pardon me, Izzy Pop, we're talking about right now. Like I said, an outstanding, colorful, beautiful banner, avatar to match, and all the thumbnails on the channel as well. Now, when we get into shorts here, we see pure variety, and most creators are doing this regardless of category or niche, bringing variety into their shorts. Izzy Pop is now at 1,300 and 1,600 views on a couple of these, one over 13,000, which is great to see. Live streams are frequent, beautiful thumbnails on those as well. I've caught them many times, and the conversation can be going just about anywhere, but they let us know on their About page or their About section that they plan to bring us pure variety on their channel. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or at mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. Pardon me. And thank you, TCG fam. I know you said have a good stream. Thank you for that. Pardon me, Gielman. Good to see you here. Izzy Pop is, yes, at 1,500, so forgive me for not mentioning that, but yes, you're at 1,500 subscribers, which is an exciting milestone, and that channel is actually growing pretty quick as well. The Hillbilly Chicken Ranch, Susan, is a longtime friend and somebody I was very excited to have joined yesterday for a live stream. There it is right there with Milk Honey Heritage Farms. That's Heather. And we had a talk. It was intermixed between YouTube. Anytime I'm on a panel, we're going to talk YouTube at some point. And then we were talking a lot of homesteading and gardening and container gardening or indoor gardening, for instance. Now, Susan does a lot of other things on her channel. She comes to us from the homesteading community. She brings us indoors and outdoors, shows us a lot of thrifting as well as canning, preserving. She takes us through a look through her freezer the other day I watched, yes, to see a lot of the different things that they're keeping and how they do that, if that makes sense. And then as well, shorts on the channel. Now, the Hillbilly Chicken Ranch will inspire us in a spiritual way. She usually starts her live streams with a devotional and then brings our StreamYard panelists. So like I said, I was happy to be a guest there. We've been friends a long time now. I think it's 2 years or so. Shorts on the channel have gotten into 2,400 views, 6,200 views and beyond. And then these live streams happen as a minimum every Wednesday at 11 a.m. Eastern. And I've always enjoyed my time in Susan's live streams. So like I said, she's somebody who's been a friend a long time. But she also cares very much about her YouTube community. I think she cares very much about people in general. We really got into some interesting stories in the live stream that we were doing the other day. And she gave us a little bit of history as well, but she always has wonderful stories to tell and always inspiring. There's Woman Outdoors. LB, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And Belle's Whisper Farmstead, yes, another homesteading channel. I'm looking forward to getting to know your content as well. Travel Escapes with the Brooms. I hope I don't forget to talk about your channel when I put you on the wheel and when I get your channel up. That's Scott. I will try to make sure that I don't forget that because I know he's doing a lot of travel. Scott's here as a member and a moderator, another fellow Canadian. So hopefully everybody will connect with the Hillbilly Chicken Ranch, and they're also at 1,500. We love to push them a little bit farther towards the 1,600 we know that they're thinking about. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. And if I would spell Roadkill Gaming Jory's name properly, it would come up for me right away. And this is another creator who's here with us just about every day, early in the door today, so thank you for that. Roadkill Gaming Jory brings a lot of video gameplay. So they've got a video on their channel, but it's just talking about Xbox and PlayStation versus kind of comparison video. And then they've got shorts on the channel as well. Now, one of the things that I've understood for a long time is that gaming channels can do very well with adding shorts or repurposing content. An example would be, Fortnite is a game where everybody's attacking each other. Grand Theft Auto could be looked at like that. A lot of other popular games where there are funny moments or epic fails, if we want to put it, as well as achievements and accomplishments that happen. And there's lots of ways to be able to take out entertaining content from long-form videos repurpose them as shorts and get some extra activity there. So you can see that they've done well, getting into 9,000 views and, pardon me, now halfway to 10,000. Also live streams, and this creator mixes up the gameplay, Apex Legends, Call of Duty, among some of the really popular games here. And we'll be looking forward to more brand new content from Roadkill Gaming Jory, hopefully sooner than later. And another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter who's here with us frequently. There is Gaming with Debbie. I'm going to get you onto the wheel in a second, and we're going to talk about a friend of about 3 years, which is PurpleTube. So what we'll do is we'll go on break for about 3.5 minutes. We'll come right back. Thank you, V's Place, for coming back in, and we're back in 3.5 minutes. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. And we're looking at a friend now of over 3 years, I believe, which is PurpleTube, and somebody who has been with us, that lengthy amount of time. The reason why I mentioned the length of some of these friendships that have gone on so long, while I can't remember every single creator and how long we've been friends, we all lose track of how long that is, I'm sure. But I like to recognize it once in a while. The idea is to give inspiration or motivation, hopefully, in the idea that that there are generous, loyal, and dedicated supporters out there waiting to meet you, knowing that we can see the future and the fact that there will be people out there supporting you into the years beyond what you might have thought for weeks and months, if that makes sense. So PurpleTube is one of these friends to us. She supports on all of my channels, as a matter of fact. I'm going to take one of her videos here and put this into my catch-up list. This is one that's a little bit older, and I've seen a couple like this where she's out in the cornfields on a four-wheeler, which has to be super fun. I've not done that, but I've seen her do it. She's working on 2,200 subscribers, so I'm hoping we can push her a little bit farther towards that milestone. She brings vlogs, good vibes, randomness, relaxation videos, and much more. When we get into what she's been doing lately, she's got another ASMR video here. She's got shorts that have performed into the 5,000 and 6,000 views, but one breakout short at 33,000 and an incredible one at 322,000 views, which is great to see. Live streams on this channel are occasional, so she got up to about a few months ago. We'll see if she's going to keep those going. But we've got notification bells on for every single channel, and that's in the spirit of doing as much as we possibly can and making sure we catch as much content from each other as we can as well. Tapped in, enjoying gardening. Sal, yes. Good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Stay Hall. Good to have you here. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody. As long as everybody's still active in the chat, we should get around to just about everyone. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. And Sissy Z Thomas, thank you for that super chat, by the way. For that reason, we're putting their channel up on the screen right now. I was in the middle of spinning, so we're going to get Just Jason, Keto, and more up next. And I forgot to add a couple of sections to the wheel there for a second. I'm going to do that right now. One of the sections that I add during the first break of the show is one called Add a Name. And what that means is when that comes up, which is completely random, of course, I will add a name to our wheel from our chat list based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation over the course of the stream. And I have a chatbot in the background that keeps track of that. Beltloop 29, Beltloop 29. Good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. And then I added another section to the wheel called Clear the Wheel. What happens is that's also random, but when it comes up, I will wipe all of the names off of the wheel, reload with any members that haven't been seen. And what that does is helps us speed things up so that we can get to some more probably newer channels sooner than we otherwise might have. Again, the key here in Tuber Chat is always to engage true conversation with other creators. I've got a chatbot that keeps track of all that stuff, and when I need names for the wheel, I'll look over at the list and get them. Lynn's Life Lessons, good to see you here. Thanks for coming in. And Sis Izzy Thomas is up here also bringing interviews, music, ministry, promotion. She will inspire us in a spiritual way and is working on 2,300 subscribers, which is great to see. I see you've got a few new videos here. Some of these are quite short, but I'm just going to grab the latest one that you've got here. I hope it's not too late to vote for you for that, but I'll put that in my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to watch your latest piece of content. Shorts on this channel have gotten into 2,000, 2,400, even 2,600 views and beyond, and then live streams on the channel. I see you got a few set up. I'm going to put notifications on for those. They're coming up right after the month changes over into April. And I see that you were just live yesterday as well. So she's live all the time. This is another longtime friend, a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter with an official artist channel. by the way, as well. You can tell by that music note there. We've got a couple of those in the Tuber Chat family, and hopefully everybody will connect with Sis Izzy Thomas. Next up is Just Jason Keto and More. Thank you again, Sis Izzy Thomas. And I see Jamie Marie Crafts is also dropping a super chat. So thank you for those. Absolutely unnecessary, but very much appreciated, of course. And I will put the next channel at the bottom of my list here, just so I can keep track. And we'll make sure that we look at Jamie Marie Crafts next, and then we'll get back to spinning the wheel. I'd already spun, and our dear friend Just Jason Keto and More is coming up right now. We're going to get a really good look at this channel in another couple of hours when we go over there for a raid, because he's got a 2,000 subscriber celebration and giveaway live stream that is planned. So we'll go right over there after Tuber Chat, but still, that, like I said, that's well over 2 hours from now. This creator wants to help us with healthy eating and healthy living. He live streams every Thursday. Sometimes he's by himself, sometimes he's got a guest. Always at 7:30 Eastern. He's monetized, of course. Lots of ways to support him, including super chats and memberships when we get there. He's got shorts on the channel, and there's a bit of a hint here about some of these healthy-looking grilling shorts that have done really well, getting 4,000, 5,000, and beyond 6,000 views. One of them has over 22,000, and I've seen that one, and it is as entertaining as it is informative. And then this creator as well posts videos frequently. They got lots of recipes, which are simple, easy to follow, and only include a few ingredients. He's very well known for the chaffles he's been making lately, and he also brings guests into some of these videos, similar to the live streams. He gives us motivation, inspiration. He can help us make sense of a lot of the ingredients we're going to think about when we go to a restaurant or when we see something marketed towards keto in the grocery store. He does a lot of product reviews and occasionally brings variety to the channel. He also is willing to head out hundreds of miles away to places like Keto Palooza to bring us informative content, and he's expected to be back this year. I think he said he already has his ticket. So he's working on 2,400 subscribers. I'm hoping everybody will push him a little bit farther towards that milestone, and he wants to motivate us as soon as we get to the channel by saying, if you started today, imagine where you could be this time next year, particularly talking about a keto-based diet or lifestyle and healthy eating and healthy living. He's an incredibly supportive creator that I've actually had the pleasure of meeting in person. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. And the Queen Before You Reacts, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Oh, I think it's been a couple of weeks. I think I ran into that channel just a month ago in another live stream, if I'm not mistaken. But it's good to have you here. And Judgment Day Mike Harper, our dear friend, he's here with us every day. Girl Dad Cooking Up Deliciousness. I can't remember which live stream I ran into you in today, just a few hours ago. I was lucky to spend quite a bit of time today. I was on for most of the day. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody. Oh, and what did, what did Belt Loop say? Oh, thank you, Belt Loop 29, yes. I'm tripping all over my words today. I don't know what my problem is. I think I'm too relaxed, if that's possible. Jamie Marie Crafts, let's see what they've got going on their channel. 174 subscribers, and this creator is moving towards 200. Hopefully we'll push them a little bit farther. A magically inclined crochet and crafter. And then there's always meaning and intention in the things that they make. They let us know that on their About page. I'm just going to grab their latest video. I'm going to put this one into my catch-up list. That's a playlist I use to keep caught up with creators. Playlists can be a great tool for that. And then we see some of the creations here. We get a chance to get to know Jamie Marie Crafts, obviously with some of the talking head videos there. And then shorts have started. Some interesting winter weather there at already over 400 views, which is great. Those will likely continue to grow and push each other as you post more and more. And she's got a live stream coming up on Saturday. So hopefully everybody will connect with Jamie Marie Crafts. We always put notification bells on for every channel, but we also put notifications on for everything we see, including premieres and live streams. So hopefully everybody will connect with Jamie Marie Crafts. Thank you again for a super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Like I always say, absolutely unnecessary, but very much appreciated. And then Butler Family Farm will be on the computer at some point. But thank you. I know people, some of our friends go to great lengths to try to support over and above, and I really do appreciate that. So thank you, Butler Family Farm. I was actually on their channel just the other day. I'll talk about it when I get their channel up on the screen. Dirt Diggers UK, good to see you in the house. And Don Arnold is in the house. Aloha to you as well. And hopefully, again, I'm not missing anybody. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everybody. And pardon me, we're going to look at Rambling with the Brooms. This is a creator who happens to be a member and a moderator. Sometimes you hear us talking about Scott. Most often, we're talking about Rambling with the Brooms. He's got a second travel channel now, and I'll pull that up in a second. This creator is a fellow Canadian, but comes to us from the homesteading community of channels. He brings a mix of indoor and outdoor content. You might even find him in the winter months in the Sugar Shack making some world-famous Canadian maple syrup. Rambling with the Brooms is working on 2,900 subscribers right now. This creator, pardon me, is very well known as an advocate for helping others grow, especially when he finds channels under 100 subscribers. He likes to give everybody a push. He's probably a moderator on hundreds of channels by now. Some shorts on this channel are going to bring us some of that famous Canadian winter weather, and these have gotten into 3,000 views and beyond, won over 7,800 views. And then live streams are frequent, so I was lucky to catch him again today. He's on every Thursday and Friday. Procrastination Thursday and Shenanigan Friday are the ideas behind the streams, but the conversation can go anywhere. Sometimes he's introducing us to other creators, and sometimes he's got a panel of guests on where he's talking about different collaborations he gets involved in, like, for instance, the Alaska 2025, Cruise in Alaska 25, where they're going to go from Seattle to Alaska for a week-long cruise where they are expecting to book 100 rooms of creators and supporters from YouTube. 167 channels. Rambling with the Brooms keeps a list. I don't know if I could have. I probably should have in the very beginning. I would have explained to everybody that they could mod me if they want. That goes for anybody. When I get to your channel, because I usually do as much as I can to visit everybody, like most of us do, anybody can mod me anytime, and I will help when I'm there if it's needed. So you don't be shy. You don't have to ask. You can go ahead if you'd like to, but I also don't want anybody to feel obligated either. Let's look at Scott's second channel. So let me refresh my name. Travel Escapes with the Brooms. There it is. So there's Rambling with the Brooms and Travel Escapes with the Brooms. Scott's been doing a bit of traveling. He brings that on his original channel. I wonder if Devil Dog got involved in your avatar there, because that art style reminds me of, was it Simply Jan Homestead and Butler Family Farm, I think? And Travel Escapes with the Brooms has got a couple of shorts for us to see here. And another video from Puerto Rico. And we'll be looking forward to some more content. I'd already subscribed to the channel, but I'm going to take this video, I'm going to put it into my catch-up playlist. And that will give me a chance to see that before our next stream, which will be on Saturday. And I think we have a holiday tomorrow. I never remember when the stores are open and closed. And for those of you who know, I happen to live in Niagara Falls, Ontario, Canada. But because it's so well known as a tourist attraction area, if that makes sense, it's literally known as the honeymoon capital of the world. Some of the rules about when things open and close don't apply to that area. So a lot of grocery stores, pharmacies, banks, and things like that. I'm not sure about the banks, forgive me, but the grocery stores and stuff will be open almost surely 364 days a year at least. Fairbrick Studio is up on the screen right now. We'll see what they got going on. Jeremy D-Day, good to have you in the house. And mob you, yes, Don Arnold. I've had worse threats, I promise you. But thank you for that. And that's true, yes. Belt Loop 29 makes a great point there. That's also YouTube Police, by the way. In our community, there's another channel called YouTube Police that floats around, and that's Belt Loop 29. And it is impossible, especially as time goes on over a short period, to give back as much as a lot of people try to give. But the truth is, as long as everybody's doing as much as we can for each other collectively, everybody will be just fine. You know, not everybody can be on YouTube every day. Not everybody, is able to be on there all the time. It's almost impossible to catch everybody as much as we would like, but we have enough supportive creators, and hopefully everybody takes inspiration from that, especially if you're newer in this community or brand new today, knowing that there is so much generosity out there. You'll hear us talk about it both in the chat. You'll hear me say it a million times about how supportive people are, and some of our friendships literally now have gone on in the Tuber Chat family over 4 years. I have friends who still come in today. Angel Light Over Darkness is right there. Jeremy D-Day is there. Ace Flaw 1 is there. I don't want to leave anybody out, but these are a couple channels that I noticed that were all with me before the very first Tuber Chat live stream, which was 692 episodes ago, if you can imagine. And then Fairbrick Studio is working on videos that include some video gameplay. They actually got me playing a game as well called Lego Tower over here, so they got another video coming up that's actually going to be in a few days. They've done a lot of Lego videos here, and some of these are stop motion, as well as some mobile gameplay with other games, and they mix it up quite a bit. And then shout outs for creators. There's Ace Flaw 1 right there. The Stock Explorer, a lot of familiar faces here. Gloria's Platter, and it's great to see creators supporting each other in that way. So Fairbrick Studio's been doing that a while now and frequently. Some of their shorts have really done well. 11,000, 12,000, one over 15,000. And then live streams are an idea for the future. So we'll keep an eye on the channel. We've always got notification bells on for everyone. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and making sure we catch as much content from each other as we can as well. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. So now we're going to talk about Jessie Miller unboxings and more. She was just live a moment ago, and I just want to clean up my wheel a little bit here. I think Henry Nelson, I haven't put you on. Was Henry Leslie Vermont here as well? Forgive me if I missed that channel for whatever reason. I think I saw them at the beginning of the stream. And then when we look... Oh, IVB Creates is here as well. Good to see you in the house. Oh, Butler Family Farm had an awesome day. That's great. I love the idea of having an awesome day. When anybody asks me how I am, I'm always like, always good, always good. But it's nice when somebody's got something exciting happening, or at least just, not to have a disastrous day for some people often can be the idea of a good day. Follow the Bradley's Fun is in the house. They dropped a premiere this morning. Silos Eats is here. Good to see you in the house as well. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat as long as everybody's still active. we should get around to everybody. So Jessie Miller Unboxings and More celebrated her birthday, which is actually on Saturday, but she did a live stream today, and she asked her community what they wanted for the day to celebrate with her, and it was actually very busy in there, almost overwhelming, but she did a great job of keeping up with everybody, keeping up with the comments and things like that. She uses StreamYard, so firing them up on the screen and everything else. Pardon me, Judgment Day Mike Harper, I should put your channel up already, but I'm going to put it right now. After Jessie Miller Unboxings and More, they just dropped a super chat. We always put super chatters on the screen right away. So Jessie Miller Unboxings and More not only does a lot of subscription boxes, and these are usually for monthly subscription services. So they're mystery boxes that come from subscription services more often than anything else. But this creator also describes how they get into these. They give a truthful and thorough review of the companies, the boxes, the products inside. They let us know everything that goes on with these, and then they collaborate with a lot of other creators as well, which is great. So they got a collaboration coming up tomorrow with 26 YouTubers, which is great to see. If you've ever tried to get two people to agree on anything, you know how difficult it is to be a part of something with 26 people. She's got shorts on her channel that have gotten into 1,300 and 2,200 views, and then live streams, including yesterday. These are occasional, but she does these every couple of months or so, every month or two, and hopefully everybody will catch Jessie Miller Unboxings and More. This is a friend of about 3 years, but she has become more and more supportive over the course of our friendship. Thank you, Scratch and PPA, for catching that. Railroad Mike, Railroad Mike's Alaska is saying, I wonder how the channel works. How does it help somebody's channel grow? So I don't do reviews here. So I won't look at a channel and say, oh, you could do this to improve your thumbnails and, brighten these up and give advice about the content. Really what I do is just promote channels while we're here. So the truth about what happens in Tuber Chat is that the magic happens in the chat. It's just about meeting other creators with the intention of supporting each other over the long term. And you'll hear more and more in the stories that I tell about how creators have had these friendships going on for so long, how they are so supportive to each other. Right? Anybody in the chat that already knows Jessie Miller Unboxings and More will say that of her and of a lot of other creators that are here. I just put channels on the screen for 3 hours while we're here because it's the best idea we have, and over time I get to know the channels, get to know the creators, get to know the content, and then hopefully the promotions get a little bit better. But I don't really critique. I try not to. I certainly don't want to tell anybody what they should or shouldn't do with their channel, and I try to be transparent about what I've done myself as well. And what I have not done. Like, for instance, I have not built a channel to 100,000 subscribers yet. But what I do is share the experience that I do have on many channels that I own and run for other people. And then we all discuss different ideas here in the chat so that we can all make better decisions for our channels and our videos, myself included. So this is an idea. And then, so Sweet Melissa, I see that you might be saying that you've got another account for a channel. So here in Tuber Chat, we always insist that everybody uses their main account. So I don't know what you mean exactly, and I don't want to assume. Sometimes we've had creators come in and they say like, hey, everybody, I'll subscribe to you, but go subscribe to my channel on another account, because they don't want to subscribe to people with their main channel, if that makes any sense. But we've seen it a few times. But here, I just insist that everybody uses their original channel because we're all supporting each other in the same way. Now, if anybody needs me to clarify any of what I've said, then I'll be happy to do that. I've also been corrected many times on Tuber Chat, but I try to stay up to date with all the different technologies and stuff, and I've been in social media from the beginning, so well beyond about 30 years now, if we want to count it that way. And then Yeah, when am I coming to do some work? I say that I want to. You know that by the time I get there, I'm going to be old enough I'm not going to want to do it anymore. But I do have Butler Family Farm on my bucket list as a property I'd love to visit and literally put on some gloves and go work, because I am a big city boy. I grew up in Toronto. And I continue to spend my time there. So I haven't spent an abundant amount of time on a farm or anything like that. When I have done what I would consider hard work, it's always with wood or concrete or steel or glass or asphalt and other horrible things. Wood Dragon, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody again in the chat. Yeah, and Railroad Mike's Alaska. That's also why I put the 20-minute time limit. Most creators that come in here have to wait that out while watching, so that they can get an idea of what we're doing exactly before coming in. It might be surprising for everybody to know that half of the people who ever click on a Tuber Chat thumbnail or title don't actually come into the chat ever. The number's probably even higher now, but that was a long time ago. But I promise you, that 20-minute time limit helps with a few things. I don't recommend it for every channel. We all have to make the right decisions for our own channels. But here, it prevents anybody from, let's say, wasting their time if they don't want to do what we're doing. And gives a chance for everybody to see first. Because it's not for everybody, obviously, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. We want everybody to understand the community, because this is obviously a utilitarian type channel. I try to be informative if I can, and that comes back from the community as well. But just let me know if you need me to clarify anything. But thank you for that. And then thank you, BeltLoop29. Yeah, it'll be a while before I get names from the chat on the wheel, but it'll be a while. We always do. We always do at some point. 49 more is up here right now. Wheats Art, good to see you here. Thanks for coming in. Judgment Day, Mike Harper, I'm so sorry. I don't know why I keep doing this to you. I should have put your channel up right away. I promise you, I'm going to do it before we go on break. I'm going to do it right now. 49 more is actually a creator we've known for a long time, Carpenter Self-Reliance, and they actually have reset and restarted the channel, but now they're talking about farming, gardening, hunting, product reviews, wildlife, and prep videos. And this creator's actually got a couple of new things. Container carrots. We're talking about a lot of container gardening this week, both on Butler Family Farm as well as Hillbilly Chicken Ranchos on both those panels this week. We're talking about some of that. But it's great to see that you've got this here as an explainer. Most of our homesteading friends are going to bring us either do-it-yourself videos or here's how we do it videos, and then they share their tips and tricks and, you know, trials and tribulations and things like that as well. 49 more has gotten into 10,000 and 12,000 views as well. Hopefully we can push them a little bit, or hopefully as they post more and more, those will continue to grow, and they're sitting at 433 subscribers. Hopefully we can push them towards the 500 that we know they must be thinking about. 49 more is not only here in Tuber Chat, just about every day lately as well, for which I'm grateful, but they're also out supporting other creators all the time. I've run into them constantly when bouncing in between premieres and myself, especially over the last little while. And then, Judgment Day, Mike Harper, I'm so sorry. This creator dropped a super chat. We always, except for today, put super chatters on the screen right away in order. And then we'll get back to spinning the wheel in another moment. Actually, I'll do that now to speed things up. But Judgment Day Mike Harper is another creator with 436 subscribers. They're working on 500. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther. Judgment Day Mike Harper's here every day. Now, I know not every creator can be here every day or for hours at a time whenever we stream. I appreciate every moment, like, you know, I imagine everybody does. But I do like to recognize it sometimes when I notice, right? We've also got some friends that run the stream in the background. Jaden could always be watching. Danforth Avenue Wellness is there sometimes. Donut Toys and Games, and our dear friend Two Pineapples is occasionally peeking in as well. Judgment Day Mike Harper has got another video gameplay video here. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to stay caught up with this channel. Playlists, again, could be a great tool for that. Shorts on the channel have moved into well over 1,000 views. They got a newer one here, over 1,400, and then they've got some live streams as well. They're live frequently, usually at least once a week, and I expect them to keep that up because they've been doing it for a while. Michael W. Harper is the second channel for this creator. And when we spell it right, it comes up properly. And 57 subscribers over here, so well beyond halfway towards the first 100. I'm hoping we can push them a little farther towards that milestone. More DVD reviews over here, but another chance to get to know Judgment Day Mike Harper on this second channel. And then shorts as well have gotten into 400 views and beyond over here, so those will likely continue to grow as they post more and more as well. Cali King 916 from Sacramento's in the house. Bayou Bengal Fantasy Network is a one-of-a-kind fantasy football channel in the Tuber Chat family and a longtime friend, so thank you for coming in. And Lower Michigan Adventures, good to see you here. Pardon me for not saying hello earlier. Simply Vigo is here. I'm not sure how long you've been here. I hope I didn't miss saying hello to you. I certainly don't mean to miss anybody as long as everybody's still active. We should get around to everybody. So let's go for another break for 3.5 minutes. We'll come back. Then we're going to look at Ace Flaw 1. All right, we're back and looking at AceFlaw1, who is a longtime friend. I noticed that First Floor Audio also came in and dropped a super chat. That's Lee from the UK. Thank you so much for that. Absolutely unnecessary. Very much appreciated. Of course, he's done that countless times. Same with Judgment Day, Mike Harper right before that. So thank you both for that again. And we will look at First Floor Audio in a moment. We'll get back to spinning the wheel. I added another clear the wheel section. I'll do that every break until it comes up, and that'll speed things up for us so that we can get more channels on the screen. We'll get to as many as we can within the next just under 2 hours, and then Just Jason Keto and more will be live with a 2,000 subscriber celebration. AceFlaw1 is Andy. This creator brings us a lot of travel-based videos. He only posts occasionally, but he's been at this for many, many years. He's been my friend for 4 years now. This creator brought us a video from Italy just a few months ago as well, something fairly new, and then there's a mix of all kinds of travel-based content, as you can see through his thumbnails. When we get into shorts, he started to get into 1,500 views here on at least one of these, which is great. And as you post more and more, that goes for everybody. Of course, they're going to grow. I know it goes without saying, but for the most part with shorts, we've seen a lot of creators get into bringing out abundant numbers of shorts videos, and then they start to have newer ones that surpass the others. So I have a feeling the algorithm's looking at that like it looks at everything else. So AceFlaw1, a long time friend, like I said, 4 years beyond the beginning of even Superchat, and an incredibly generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. He's working on 4,800 subscribers. IVB Creates is going to be up right after First Floor Audio because they dropped a super chat. I'll put their channel up right now. IVB Creates is just about ready to go, and we'll get back to spinning the wheel in a moment. First Floor Audio comes to us from the UK, and this is a talented singer and songwriter and a producer and a performer. And when you catch Lee, especially for his live streams, you're going to find him in the middle of producing and performing, usually with a StreamYard full of guests. And then he's monetized. Lots of ways to support him, including super chats and memberships when we get there. He's got 1,300 subscribers right now, but already working on 1,400, as well as shorts on the channel. These are really meant to promote some of the live streams, and all of the music that this creator produces is available as individual music videos that we can enjoy. We can go through their front page and catch those. I've seen many of them. Hopefully I'll catch you for a live stream again. It's been a little while. And First Floor Audio, again, is Lee from the UK, so hopefully everybody will help push them towards that 1,400 subscribers that we're thinking about. And there's YouTube Police. That's BeltLoop29 with another channel there. And I see you changed the avatar too. I'm not sure how long ago you changed that. I probably should have noticed that in another chat, unless I'm mistaken, but I'm quite sure that YouTube Police changed that up. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. So the next channel we're going to look at is IVB Creates. I thought we'd seen this one before. We've seen them in the chat, I'm certain, but not on the screen. Now, I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream, but what I'm going to do is dig through some of your videos here, and I always take something much longer than 3 minutes. So I'll take this 15-minute video, I'm going to put that in my watch later list, and what that will allow me to do is after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list, I'll watch your video in full, I'll leave you a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video, I'll give you a thumbs up, subscribe, and put your notification bell on like I do for all creators. That should make our connection stick. And then hopefully you have our notification bell on as well so you don't miss our further live streams. We're usually here at least 3 times a week. We mix up the days and times so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. This creator's got up to 2,300 on some of their shorts videos, which is great. It looks like they're making a lot of interesting stuff, talking about crafting, creating, crocheting, designer, pattern writing, as well as pattern tester. They crochet different things from baby items, blankets, Afghans, toys, fashion garments, dresses, shorts, jewelry, all kinds of stuff. So I'll leave it to you to read that when you get there. And then live streams on the channel as well. They seem to be on frequently, at least once a day. Good to see you with StreamYard panelists and a community growing. Already well over 1,000 subscribers, which is great. So I'll look forward to getting to know your channel. Hopefully everybody will connect as well. And I will spin the wheel right now and we'll get ready for another channel. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Superchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. And then we're going to look at Gaming with Debbie. This is another channel that's with us frequently lately, just about every day. I'll see what they've got going on here. Gaming with Debbie's working on 1,200 subscribers, so hopefully we can push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. And this is a creator that's going to bring us some interesting gameplays. A channel I'm still getting to know, but I've seen them play this Beat Saber game quite a few times, and I always describe it as what I believe is a cross between Fruit Ninja or Guitar Hero, which are also monster games. Lots of popular music in there, but Gaming with Debbie seems to be getting that VR game going pretty well. And then when we get into shorts videos, we'll see some more because they've already gotten into 4,000 views. And just about there on a few of these, as a matter of fact. And then live streams on the channel. They're live frequently. Looks like almost every day. So hopefully everybody will catch them. And here's where we get to see them mix up the gameplay with a few popular titles. So hopefully everybody will connect with Gaming with Debbie. And I think they've been here every stream since finding us, which is great. I know not everybody can, so I like to recognize it occasionally. And hopefully everybody will connect with Gaming with Debbie. We're moving pretty quickly today, which is great. I see M&T Living and Cooking is coming in. I'm going to spin the wheel. We'll get another channel ready to go. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. Now when we're looking at Canadian family life, we see another fellow Canadian, obviously, but they are from New Brunswick as well, with almost 3,200 subscribers. So often we talk about Tiffany, and we got a few Tiffany's in the Superchat family. But this particular creator's here with us just about every day as well. One of the fastest growing channels in the Superchat family that I've seen in the last 3.5 years. Canadian Family Life and M&T Living and Cooking are the two first channels that we know of in the Superchat family to get monetized under the new restrictions of 500 subscribers and 3,000 hours of watch time, even though they already had over 1,000 subscribers, I believe, on both of their channels. Now, Canadian Family Life's monetized, like I said, so Super Chats and memberships available to support them with when we get there. Lots of, cooking videos on this channel, as well as some container gardening, some grocery hauls, Happy Mail, and shout out videos for other creators. And Tiffany's very recognizable because she's been seen on many other creators' channels as well in StreamYard panels. Collaborating with others in that way is a wonderful way to grow your channel. Every time you're featured on somebody else's channel, you're almost certainly guaranteed a handful of new subscribers and people who really take interest in, who's that person on the screen, what do they do, and as you describe it, they come over, which is great. Cooking, daily life, family fun, gardening, and more variety in their shorts videos. A couple of these at 2,500, one over 5,500 views, which is exciting and great to see. And then live streams are occasional on this channel. They do them approximately once a month. We'll see if they're going to keep those up. We got notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and making sure we catch as much content from each other as we can as well, if that makes sense. Chris's Creation Fun is coming up in a second. I just spelled it wrong. Chris's Creation Fun is Tiffany's husband, and he brings us 3D printing as well as do-it-yourself videos. He looks after a lot of solar equipment and is able to repair both that and the 3D printer itself. So we see that in a couple of the latest videos, and then this creator as well is getting well on their way towards the first 100. There are 86 subscribers right now. They got some shorts on the channel as well, and hopefully they'll post more and more of those, and we'll see those continue to grow also. Ree's Blissful Connections, let's see what you've got going on. One of the biggest complaint that I've had on YouTube in the last 6.5 years is, why is it so difficult to get our in real life friends and family members to support our YouTube channels when we can find people online who are willing to do it easily? And I think it makes it that much more special when we have in real life friends and family members like this, a married couple with separate channels that support each other wholeheartedly. So I like to recognize that sometimes as well. Angel Light Over Darkness, yep, you're on the wheel. You've been there. Thank you for renewing the membership. I'm not sure if I actually thanked you for that, but I did see you do it. So thank you again. She's been, like I said, a longtime friend. I think I've been with Angel Light Over Darkness for close to 4 years. It could be longer, so forgive me for losing track of that. And then I just got to clear the wheel section to come up. So I'm going to wipe out all the names off of the wheel, and then I will reload with any of the members that are still in the chat part of me while I'm taking care of something. Thank you, but I meant to go on break and do that, but they're a little faster than I am. Pardon me. Angel Light Over Darkness has been a friend of over 4 years. Again, hopefully everybody takes inspiration from the idea that I lose track of how long some of these friendships have gone on. But she also has a one-of-a-kind channel in the Superchat family. So we have yet to see it. We're going to look at Crazy Crafter Adventures, who picked up a gifted membership today, by the way, from Izzy Pop as well. So what we'll do is we'll go for 3.5 minutes, and then we'll come back and get back through channels. All right,
If I've missed it already,
pardon me. I do that too often. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. So we're looking at Crazy Crafter Adventures, and forgive me for not being if I'm mistaken. I believe I met this creator just a few days ago in another live stream chat. 552 subscribers. I'm looking forward to getting to know them. When we look at their About page, they're going to give us an idea that they bring adventures, crafts, vacation videos, pardon me, as well as hauls and do-it-yourself videos. We can read more on the About section. Now, I would have only seen one video so far, and forgive me if I'm mistaken, maybe we did have this creator on the screen here once before, but what I'm going to do is grab your latest video. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. That'll be another piece of content I can watch. One of the things I like about putting channels on the screen here in Superchat is that over time, I get to know the channels, and over weeks and months by hanging out in premieres, live streams, and watching videos, I get to know the content. And if you want to get to know each other on the outside social networks, I'm always happy to connect with creators in that way as well. I'm on Instagram all the time, Facebook most of the time, and Twitter some of the time as well. Anybody's free to reach out anytime. Rem's Family, good to see you here. That's our featured channel for today. We looked at them at the beginning of the stream. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody. Serenity Studio Art, good to see you still in the chat. And then Elevate with Vern, my YouTube BFF, came in as well. Now we're looking at Crazy Crafter Adventures, and we see that they've got some shorts here that have done really well, getting into 4,000 and even 6,000 views, almost 7,000. And then, live streams on the channel. I'm setting notifications for a couple of these. You got one coming up next week and one the week after. I think you do this every Tuesday. Yes, Terrific Tuesday is what they call this, and they've got a junk journal happening there. I've learned about junk journals from some of our YouTube friends, and I'll be looking forward to catching your channel. Did I catch you for a live stream the other day? Why do I feel like that? Yes, it was. Yes, it was a live stream. I guess it was longer ago than I thought. So forgive me, I'm mistaken. We must have been connected for longer ago than I thought as well. Crazy Crafter Adventures. You'll have to forgive me when sometimes I lose track of some of the friendships that have gone on here, because some creators are so supportive, and now we're well over 5,000. And you can imagine, I subscribe to everybody, so it can be overwhelming. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. Butler Family Farm, you're making me laugh. Yeah, I did. I said YouTube BFF. And that's because my dear friend Elevate with Vern came in. She's actually been with us for over 4 years. She's one of the very first creators that I met, an influential creator in that group from about 4 years ago. I'd already been on YouTube for a couple of years, but I met her and some of her friends. I was introduced to her and then met a lot of her friends, and she was already an influential creator. She taught me a lot in my beginnings about things like swapping playlists and how not to get banned or timed out by Nightbot in every chat you go into and everything like that. And she was inspirational in the creation of this channel, as a matter of fact, with some of her friends and community, some of which we've seen today. And but we built a friendship over a long period of time. I've talked to Vern many times for hours at a time. Every time we think we're going to be on a phone for 15 minutes, it's literally gets on well beyond an hour, if not a couple of hours. But she really cares very deeply about the YouTube journey, and each participant in either her channel, those of us in the Superchat family, she's here as a member and a moderator, of course. And so I've got her on the wheel, but we often will introduce each other in each other's channels as our YouTube BFF. because that friendship has gone on and been that strong for all of this time, for which I'm grateful. So my add a name section came up on the wheel. Let me spin one more time. We'll get another channel up on the screen. And I'm going to put Sweet Melissa, if they're still here. There they are. Sweet Melissa is somebody brand new that came over today, I believe, from Jesse Miller Unboxings and More's pre-birthday stream. And we'll get them onto the wheel right now. When we get down to about 5 or 6 names, I'll start adding more names to our wheel from our chat list based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation over the course of the last hour and a half. I've got a ChatBot in the background that keeps track of that. So Globies Travels is up on the screen right now, and we have to make sure we spell this properly. It's Globies Travels with an S. Many times I've typed it in without the S and it didn't come up right away. But I see they got a couple new videos as well, both from yesterday. I'm going to put the latest one up on the catch-up list that I use. And that is a simple playlist. Anybody can make a seemingly unlimited number of playlists. I forget if the restriction is 500 or 250 or something. I thought it was 500 and then 500 videos or something like that. When we're thinking about watch hours, by the way, and forgive me, Globies Travels, when we're swapping playlists with each other and thinking about watch hours for channels on the way towards monetization, then we want to think about the idea that I personally have been doing a lot of aggressive playlist running for creators now. Anybody can reach out if you want to swap with me. I do it too. All of our moderators do anyway, but especially now that I'm chasing watch hours on that copyright-free music channel, I've been doing a lot more. I find that the playlists get stuck, and that seems to be after about 100 videos. I thought it was 200, but it seems to be a little bit shorter now. I think 100 is a safe number. So often I've recommended to make a playlist of everything you've got, and literally I would call the playlist like all of Globies Travels or something like that, or whichever channel, you know. And now, what I recommend is to make a playlist of all of your videos, and if you have more than 100, then maybe limit one of the playlists to like 100 videos or something. Scratch and PPA came up with a great idea to actually put the time of the playlist, how long it runs for, in the title of the playlist, so you get an idea of which one you want to swap with when you get there. If that makes sense. And so you can measure these out. A simple Google search for YouTube playlist time or YouTube playlist length will give you websites. You can just plug a URL in there and it'll tell you how long a playlist is. So when we think about watch hours, my recommendation now is if you have more than 100 videos, to make a playlist that's only got those 100. Even if you want to sit there and spend the time to put the longest ones in there, that might be okay. But what I'm talking about is I often leave a computer running behind me here. Right now I got the music channel on that one, but I've actually got a few windows behind it as well. I'm kind of beating the death out of the internet right now. But what happens is I'll run 3 or 4, depending on the size of the screen on the computer which I'm on, at a time. Either playlists or live streams or premieres and things like that. And I have found repeatedly that they keep getting stuck. Yes, Nomads, good to see you back in the house. Thanks for coming in. They were over in Jesse Miller Unboxings and More, and I think we might have known each other from Imelda Salo's show, if I'm pronouncing that right. A long time friend. They reminded me of that today. But I also might have been connected to you with my personal channel before Superchat was a thought. So that's an idea. Globies Travels, up on the screen right now, is got quite a bit of information on their About page. They're going to take us outdoors and show us a lot of interesting touristy type places in their area, or if they head outside their area, and they'll give us an idea about that on their About page. But they've also got some shorts here that have gotten into 3,700, even 6,900 views and beyond. They're doing what most creators are, bringing a lot of variety into their shorts videos, and lots of creators do that regardless of niche or category. Together We Travel, good to see you here. Thank you for coming in. There you go. Yes, Nomads has known Jesse Miller for about 4 years. So it's nice to see some of these friendships going on that long. And then Angel Light Over Darkness is up here right now, another friend of probably 4 years. She's been with us since the beginning of Tuber Chat. She has a one-of-a-kind channel. And what she does most often is angel readings, angel number readings. And if you head to her channel, you'll learn what these are. I'm just going to grab one of her videos here in the featured position. It's got 10,000 views on it. I'm going to put that into my catch-up list. I'm not sure if I might have already seen that one. I feel like I did, but 4 years ago, which means I could have watched it any time between now and then. And what I often find is after a year, those red lines disappear, so it almost seems like you didn't watch a video before. And these are the red lines I'm talking about when you've caught videos from a creator. When you dig through a lot of her videos, you'll find a lot of the individual angel numbers. But when you get into her live streams, that's where the magic happens on this channel. Shorts involve a lot of bite-sized information, inspiration, motivation. And then when we get into the live streams, this is where you can get angel numbers read for you. These can give you some insight as to what's been going on in your life, what might be happening today, and what might be to come. So I hope everybody will connect with Angel Light Over Darkness. She's working on 3,100 subscribers, and she's live frequently as well. I've caught her a zillion times. And monetized, of course. Lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships when we get there. Mama 4 Boys, good to see you in the house. That's a channel that brings a lot of delicious looking cooking and baking content. We're going to look at Sweet Melissa now, who I believe is brand new. I know I've made that mistake of saying that a couple of times, but I'm almost certain because we met each other in Jesse Miller Unboxings of More's live stream right before we started here today. Pardon me. Jesse Miller was doing a pre-birthday celebration. Her birthday's on Saturday, and she just did a stream right before us an hour ago, or 2 hours ago. So Sweet Melissa, let me just make sure I get the right creator, and here it is right here. What I'm going to do is put the handle in the chat as well. When we search, find, and click on each other's names, we're actually doing a great service because the channels are that are the hardest to find are the ones that need our help the most. So it's really a better service when we search, find, and click on each other. But if you absolutely can't find this creator, I put the handle there. You can recognize the avatar right away. She's got that purple shirt on and a bright smile. This creator's working on their first 100 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther. Now, I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream, but what I'm going to do is take the latest video that you've got that is a giveaway from another creator. I'm going to put that in my watch later list, and what that will allow me to do is after the stream today, I'll go through my watch later list. I'll watch your video in full. I'll leave a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. I'll give you a thumbs up and subscribe and put your notification bell on as I do for all creators, and that should make our connection stick. And then hopefully you have our notification bell on as well so you don't miss our further live streams. We're usually here at least 3 times a week, but we mix up the days and times so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. Next up is going to be Rushing Wind Mountain. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. And then we're going to look at a creator who is very well known as Ruby. You will see a lot of people talking to them in different live chats, whether they're premieres or live streams. This creator is incredibly supportive. They're here with us every day in Tuber Chat. They come to us from the Pacific Northwest. And I believe that Jessie Miller said she wants to visit a bunch of areas like that because there's beautiful content here. What Rushing Wind Mountain is going to bring us is nature and wildlife. So you can imagine the beauty just from the thumbnails alone. They give us pleasing audio to go along with that. And when you get to the shorts on the channel, you might actually find some humorous moments if you go through some of these. You will get into 6,000, 9,000, and even 14,000 views, as you'll see. and then live streams on the channel are something that they've done lately. I'm not sure if they're experimenting, if that's something they're going to continue, but we've got notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and making sure we catch as much content from each other as possible. FaZe Yoda King, Naruto, Luffy, Goku, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in, and let's spin the wheel. Our dream spot to live or far north, yeah. I have to admit, like, so I don't like the extreme heat or the extreme cold, but I actually think I prefer cold. So my favorite season, while anybody might have probably chosen summer because I live in Canada, so we have all 4 seasons. But I would have probably most of my life said summer is my favorite, but I think I've grown to like the autumn much more. I like cooler temperatures, so I'm always in t-shirts, even if it's, 10 degrees out or whatever. And I just seem to prefer the cold until it gets like too extreme. But the heat, sometimes there's no relief. Whereas with the cold, you can pile layers on, right? Cold, not too cold, says Pete. I like everything a degree or 2 lower than everybody else, as a matter of fact. I got a fan going behind me here for that reason. Partly to push the air around the room. It's, I'm just in a single office here. But to make sure it's like 1 degree cooler than outside, let's say. And M&T Living and Cooking is up. I described this channel earlier because between them and Canadian Family Life, they're 2 of the first creators that we've known of in the Superchat family to be monetized under the newer restrictions of 500 subscribers and 3,000 hours of watch time, even though I believe both of the channels had over 1,000 subscribers when they got the watch hours. I could be mistaken. It's been a while now. They've both been monetized for what I think is a year. Or close to it. Many months, either way. They're working on 1,900 subscribers right now. Pardon me. M&T Living and Cooking is going to bring a lot of family fun. They talk about, I think they might have changed our About page. Maybe not. Cooking, fishing, RC cars, Royal Caribbean cruises, and taste testing reviews, as well as adventure time in the outdoors. So they will bring their adventures to us, and then some delicious looking content there as well. When we look at the shorts on the channel, we see that some of these, especially the delicious looking food featured shorts here. Some of these have gotten into now 5,000 views, many of them. A few more here getting up to 6,000. One over 20,000 and a newer one over 50,000 views, which is great to see. And then live streams on the channel as well, where these have come up frequently, at least once a week. And I'm not sure if they're on a perfect schedule. It seems not quite, but I've caught them a few times. And hopefully I'll catch them again soon. I've got notification bells on for every single channel. That, again, is in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and making sure we catch as much content from each other as we can. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. Butler Family Farm and Scratch and PPA both know what it's like to be picked first and be picked last and everywhere in between. I know not everybody can be here every day, but I am very grateful for every moment everybody can spend, and we do have a few creators that are luckily able to be here frequently. Of course, if you can imagine, Scratch and PPA has been here for almost every one of our streams, and we're talking 690. He's been here for well over 650 of them. If you can imagine, for hours at a time. Rob's RC Cars, good to see you in the house. Our treasured home is still here. That is Nancy, and they celebrated a birthday this morning. So again, Jesse Miller Unboxings and More has a birthday coming up on Saturday. Our treasured home celebrates today, so I hope everybody will wish them a happy birthday. And Just Jason Keto and More has a special live stream in about another hour, a little bit less. He's going to start before we finish. And he's celebrating 2,000 subscribers, which is great to see. Let's spin the wheel. We'll see who's coming up next. Philip Lemon, good to have you in the house. Thanks for coming in. And Elevate with Fern, my YouTube BFF, is coming up. When we get back, we're going to go for 3.5 minutes. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuberchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. So the next channel that we're looking at is Elevate with Vern, and we're joking around in the chat about who's everybody's BFF. That's the way to get around it, is to name your channel something with BFF in it. How can anybody argue? And then Elevate with Vern, though, is a friend of well over 4 years, maybe 4.5 now. And she's been with us since long before Tuberchat had even started. She's a public speaker, an influencer, motivator, and inspirer. and this creator brings pure variety on her channel with a lot of YouTube knowledge as well, and she'll allow anybody to connect the same way we do here in Superchat. Every moderator on this channel is a dear friend of mine. They're all dear friends of each other. They all have different channels and they all do different things. One of the things that they all have in common is an overwhelming sense of generosity, so they all want to help channels grow in the same way that we do here. Bella's Whisper Farmstead, I put you on the wheel, by the way. And then Elevate with Vern is working on 5,300 subscribers. This creator does a lot of live streaming, even on the other platforms like Instagram. She's got a premiere coming up shortly, so we know there'll be brand new content on the channel. She's got some shorts here as well that have gotten into 1,600, 1,700 views and beyond. And then live stream. So you see there's a YouTube guidance live stream that she just did yesterday or on Tuesday. And she's live. She could be doing just about anything. She does hauls, unboxing videos, product reviews, a lot of motivation, a chance to get to know her, Happy Mail videos and things like that. She has a lot of special perks for her members as well. Let's look at her second channel, VMAX Show. This is where we get a behind-the-scenes look at the creator behind Elevate with Vern and VMAX Show. We get a chance to get to know her a little bit better. Backyard Trucker, yes, forgive me, I might not have said it, but I did put you on the wheel right after Ree's Blissful Connections. VMAX Show is working on 700 subscribers, and she's been very much focused on her original channel up until now, but there's more variety here. This is complimentary content where we get a chance to get to know her behind the scenes a little bit better. Well over 1,000 views on one of these, approaching 2,000 with the shorts, and then live streams on the channel as well up to a couple of years ago. So we'll see if she's going to bring those back. We got notification bells on for every single channel in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. And then look at that luck, Backyard Trucker. So you actually just came up right now, approaching 200 subscribers. They're literally only 2 away, so hopefully we'll get you up and over that milestone today. And then Philip Lemon, thank you for asking. Kristen's always good. March is Epilepsy Awareness Month, and she runs she's the executive director or CEO of a nonprofit organization in Niagara Falls that helps families that are living with and affected by epilepsy. So it's a busy, busy time for her. And they've got special events and things like that, like fundraising coming up. The year's basically biggest event is coming next month, I think, or just 2 months away. So she's working hard. She tries to come in as often as she can. And then, hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat, Backyard Trucker is going to let us know that they literally are going to put anything and everything online for us to see. Pure variety on the channel. However, they've been bringing us a lot of these like dash cam type footage more than anything lately. I see they got another one here, Can't Drive. I'm going to put that in my catch-up list. One of the things I don't even remember how it started. I never used to watch YouTube, and about 7 years ago, just beyond 7 years ago, my full-time gig is actually working outdoors. Now I've been able to scale that back a little bit. So half of my full-time job is working on social media and YouTube and things like that, and a couple of days a week, 2 or 3, I have to go outside and do that work. But we started by filming that work. But the first winter that I was there and we were doing only indoor stuff, we were watching a lot of YouTube. My friend was watching it and I got into it as well, and we saw a lot of dash cam stuff. So that comes up for us suggested always, and I find it as entertaining as anybody. And then shorts videos on this channel have gotten into 10,000 views and 12,000 views on a couple of these, so hopefully you keep those coming. I think dash cam footage is like a huge genre, right? There are multitudes, networks of channels that are bringing that kind of thing, but that also means there's a huge audience for it as well. So Backyard Truckers, another creator who's here with us frequently, every single day, I believe, and then here comes the other YouTube BFF, which is Butler Family Farm here. And look at that, you made it before Pete today. Butler Family Farm is a longtime friend. Actually, this is a couple of friends, Jerry and Susan, but I was on panel the other day, and hopefully everybody will check this one out. The rollover doesn't show the panelists, but we had a few friends on there as well. So hopefully everybody will check that out. We were really talking more about homesteading and farming than YouTube or anything else. The conversation could go anywhere once one of their live streams starts. Sometimes it's Jerry and Susan giving us a chance to get to know them, like this here, pardon me. And then sometimes StreamYard panels, like there's Garden State Gardener right there, lots of familiar faces. They're always introducing us to other creators. They've done tons of StreamYard panels. They also head out to a lot of these meetups in real life as well, and they live stream these so that we can meet other creators. So you'll find a lot of familiar faces on their channel. They have 116 acres of farmland to look after, and they've got livestock there. They got bees hopefully coming around soon. They got cattle, goats, donkeys, horses, llamas, chickens, cats, and dogs over there. And then they've got shorts on their channel that have gotten into 10,000 and 12,000 views. One of them over 25,000, which is great to see. Sometimes Jerry's working in the shop as well. I've been completely impressed with some of the things he's making. A couple weeks ago he did a live stream making pens, if you can believe it, on a lathe out of wood. Now Butler Family Farm has got a brand new video here. They show us everything involved in looking after this property, and I promise you there are more things than I could have imagined. You can literally learn in every single video on this channel. We have a lot of friends that bring us homesteading content, and all of them, in my opinion, have lots to be learned, especially like somebody like me who doesn't engage in homesteading activities. But I'm fascinated, not just by the content, but the generosity in these creators, willing to support each other and share knowledge and resources with each other. It seems to be a similar trait in their personalities. So I'm just going to grab the latest video. I put that into my catch-up list, and that will give me a chance to keep caught up with the channel. So that's Butler Family Farm, working now on 3,700 subscribers. And I'll spin the wheel. They're going to have 3,700 probably today if one more person connects with them. I am Betty J. Gathers. Good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Pardon me, I've caught her for a couple live streams lately as well. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. So next up is Lisa J. Stocks, and I see I Am Betty J. Gathers has come into the chat. I caught her a couple of times as well for live streams even lately. Lisa J. Stocks is doing a ton of content. I was just talking about this, and I shake my head while I say it. I don't think I saw this video. I must have clicked on it and then clicked off, thinking I might watch it later. I'm going to put that in my catch-up list right now, because I talked about this, the power of compound interest. I get personally, I'm not going to get into a huge story here, but I get personally very upset, frustrated, if not actually angry with the idea that personal finance is not taught in school systems, it seems, anywhere in the world. And I think it's essential. You know, we all have to eat, so we have to learn about food. We all have to, learn to brush our teeth, so we learn about doing that. But we don't learn about money, and we all have to deal with money in one way or another. The magic of compound interest, she says the power of compound interest here is extremely important for people who are starting a financial journey to learn about. Because there are lots of stories we can go through. And I held a life insurance license for a year, actually. I didn't make any money, but I worked in a life insurance company for a while. I learned a lot there, and I did a lot of training. And I also trained people there, more on how to speak and how to go through the speeches and things like that, how the persuasion of sales and stuff like that. But we had to learn about all this stuff for the point of teaching it. And I believe that what we had learned is if somebody was to start saving from the age of 16 years old to the age of 21 years old and put some amount of money into a bank account every month or every week, it doesn't matter, and then stop. And then if somebody after the age of 21 started saving that same amount of money with the same interest earned until they're 65, they won't have as much money as the 16 to 21-year-old who got a head start before them. Now, I could be mistaken because this is like 20 years ago, so I don't remember the speech exactly, but it's somewhere around there. Lisa J. Stocks could probably clarify. But I have a feeling this is an extremely important video for anybody to watch at any age, whether you're thinking about saving or investing, because I think it can be a motivator. You know, not everything comes, I said I wasn't going to get into a long speech, not everything comes down to the idea of, okay, just don't order pizza today and save that money, but some of it does. Some of it really matters. You know, when you're talking about an extra $1 here, an extra $5, an extra $10 or what have you, especially things like, you know, it's tax time for most people. Returns are going to be coming around, if not already, and things like that. We have choices of what to do. Wouldn't it be wonderful if we could maximize the impact of the money we're going to have, whether it comes through monetization here, whether it's through the jobs that we do or projects that we charge for, or other types of ideas. Lisa J. Stocks is going to help us understand how to maximize the impact and make choices. She's very forthcoming about her own portfolio. She talks about all the different aspects of investing, like dollar cost averaging, dividends when we get into the stock market, and then compound interest is a monster subject, which I think is essential. I think that should be forced into the school systems. I'm literally embarrassed for all of us that it hasn't already been added in the last 40 years. So Lisa J. Stocks is working on 2,800 subscribers. She's got some shorts over here as well that have gotten into 5,700, 7,500 views and beyond. Live streams on the channel as well. I know Lisa J. Stocks is in the chat, but I hope you watch just for a second because I want to show you something. Live streams are coming up again. She's been doing a lot of these stock talks. These creators talk about every aspect of their portfolios, every single thing that they invest in, every aspect of it, how they make their choices, and how they set up different things to invest automatically, right? So they got one coming up, and that's at the end of the month. So I believe that's going to be on Sunday. AAK Entertainment, good to see you here. So I'll try not to get into any more of a huge long speech about it, because Lisa J. Stocks can talk to you about a lot of the things that I could either try to butcher a conversation about here. But I'll show you an example, right? So those of you who've been with me for a long time know that I've just moved into this office now. I just rent this office. But one of the things that I wanted to show you, and I haven't got all the books here yet that I intend to put. It's actually the financial books are the ones that are not here. I've got a lot of motivational books and things I think everybody needs to read. I've been through every one of these books at least twice, including, first of all, I'll show you the YouTube books. So Daryl Eves and Think Media, both of their books. I haven't been through that Daryl Eves one yet. But when it comes to these financial books, so I'll show you one. The Richest Man in Babylon is a great story. I've got the wrong version of it here, but that's a great book. Think and Grow Rich is not just about money, but I think this is essential, something everybody needs to read. But the whole reason why these books are here is so that I can talk about them, because it's that important to me that people have that kind of information. Not that I'm an authority, but that I just want people to be intrigued. And then, yes, understand investing versus saving versus trading, because they're three different things. But Lisa J. Stocks and our other financial channels can help you understand how to find the money to save for the purpose of investing as well. Charlene Heal, good to see you in the house. Yeah, Charlene Heal, didn't you do Think and Grow Rich? I have a different cover on mine here. But I think that was the book. I get into a long speech on Charlene Heal's channel because I think she did a review of that. Pardon me. Sorry. But it's that, you see how passionate I get about that stuff. It's very important. You know, the mistakes people make over a lifetime and the regret that follows. You know, we wish we could help younger people avoid it, but it's never too late to start either. You know, the best time to start was yesterday. The second best time is right now. Charlene Heel, I believe, is still a member with one of her channels. I'm going to put her on the wheel right now. I was actually on a panel with her not too long ago with Serenity Studio Art, who was here earlier, and Angel Light Over Darkness 33, and we were talking about the mistakes that we make in the beginnings of our YouTube journey. So, pardon me, Lisa J. Stocks, again, is going to help us with saving, investing, building wealth, and staying out of debt. All very important ideas. One of these days I'm going to go through those books. The idea is for me to give my recommendations about the top 5 or 10 books at a time that I think everybody needs to see. Or, if you want to know why I talk the way I do when you hear me here, if you were to read the books that I would suggest, you would say, oh, that's where he got that, or oh, that's why he talks like that. Because some of it comes from things like How to Win Friends and Influence People. And my favorite book, my desert island book, is Think and Grow Rich, because it is incredibly important, not just when it comes to finance. Pardon me, I wanted to show you one more thing. I don't know why I didn't think of this. Yes, so Lisa J. Stocks will understand this, but the Rich Dad, Poor Dad original 3 books, right? Including the Guide to Investing and Cash Flow Quadrant, which is one of my favorite books of all. Changes the way you think. And one of these days I'll talk in depth about those. So Charlene Heel is here with 1,600 subscribers. If we go through her videos right now, I'm actually going to find that video. Was it a live stream or a video? Where she talked about Think and Grow Rich. I'm digging through her thumbnails here. Or was it on your other channel? Not too long ago, like I said, we got together, and here we are. There's Angel Light Over Darkness, there's Charlene Heel, and there's Diana from Serenity Studio Art, talking about the mistakes that YouTubers make in the beginnings of their journey, and our goal is to try to help people avoid some of the mistakes that we've made. Charlene Heel is monetized, of course, lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships when we get there. Wellness coaching on her channel. It's on the other channel. Thank you, Charlene Heel. I'll look at that in a moment. Shorts over here bring bite-sized information and more motivation, getting into 4,000 and 5,000 views. And then when we get into live streams, we looked at that already. We see that those are occasional, somewhat frequent, actually. I think she does live streams between the 2 channels a couple times a week as a minimum. And I'm going to dig down to her other, she's got a few channels, but we'll look at the other one I talk about all the time. Wealth, spirituality, and entrepreneurship is what we're going to find on Conscious Business Services and Opportunities. There's Angel Light Over Darkness 33 and Charlene Heel together again. And this is where we see that Think and Grow Rich. So she's got the original cover, I think, or a different cover on her book. But she talks about that book that I just showed everybody, which I said is my desert island book. Think and Grow Rich is incredible. It doesn't necessarily talk about just money, but how to think and grow rich regardless of what you would like to pursue, whether it's love or some other form of happiness, but literally talking about abundance, abundant amounts of everything, and you can think your way there. That's the truth. That book will change the way you think. Most of the books I would recommend change either the way you think or have practical advice when it comes to finance. At least these top 10 books. I'm going through a book a month now in my Audible account. Conscious Business Services and Opportunities has got some shorts over here that are starting to get into 5,000 and even beyond 6,000 views. I think that's a newer one, actually. And then live streams on the channel as well. So between the 2 channels, she's on a couple of times a week by the look of it, and sometimes with guests. Sometimes she's just bringing us motivation and inspiration herself. So let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel ready to go. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. I've just dropped a handle in the chat. Now, we're doing a better service for each other when we search, find, and click on each other's channels. The channels that are hardest to find are the ones that need our help the most. But if you absolutely can't find Henry Nelson easily because it's an extremely popular name, pardon me, then I've put the handle in the chat and you'll be able to find him that way. Henry Nelson has over 400 subscribers now, which is great to see. And they have let us know they're not an expert by any means, but they do live on a farm. So they bring us videos from trail cams, usually featuring wildlife of some sort. Some of them are very short, like the 16-second video here, and some of them are a little bit longer now, like the 6-minute one from a few days ago. So I'm going to put that in my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to catch up with them, get another piece of content watch, but you can see that they're posting frequently as well. They've got some shorts on the channel also, mostly outdoor content. They've gotten into 5,000, even 6,000, almost 7,000 views on these, which is great to see. And yeah, Jerry's working on that fire. Here's a little bit of a fire for us here as well. A little bit smaller than what I know Jerry's working on right now. And then Henry Nelson is another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter who's here with us just about every day. And I see them out supporting other creators all the time as well. And the amazing M&G is back in the chat. Good to see you here. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everybody. And then that's okay, the amazing M&G. I appreciate every moment. I know not everybody can be here every day. We've got lots of friends that run the stream in the background and things like that. And I'm always happy for that as well. So we'll spin the wheel. We'll get one more channel ready to go. We're going to go for 3.5 minutes. Forgive me, Marketplace Boutique. I did not put your channel on the wheel yet. I'm going to do it right this second. Ree's Blissful Connections is going to be the channel that we look at next. Oh, pardon me. I'm mistaken. I can't read what's right in front of me here. I did put your channel on the wheel. I'll add a couple of names to the wheel while we're gone. We're back in 3.5 minutes. All right, we're just about back. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. And the next channel we're going to look at is Ree's Blissful Connections. And thank you, Buddha of Destiny Buddha of Destiny Namaste is a longtime friend. They've actually been with us for about 3 years as well. They're live frequently, but they also hop in on a lot of StreamYard panels, an incredibly supportive channel. Pardon me just for 1 second here. And I'm just looking for a couple of names I can add to the wheel. I know Jonathan Sturgill is here, so I've got them on the wheel. Pardon me. Pardon me for that. Jonathan Sturgill's in the house. I've got them on the wheel. I'm just going to get another channel on the wheel in a second. I've got a list with one of the chatbots that helps me keep track of how active everybody has been in the chat. Let's get Phasio to King Naruto Luffy Goku, who's a longtime friend, onto the wheel. I'll spin and we'll move things along a little bit quicker. Just Jason Keto and more is going to start his live stream in about 15 minutes. Ree's Blissful Connections comes to us as a professional educator and a homeschooling mom. They've been with us many months now, but we're incredibly supportive as soon as they found the Tuber Chat family. They're working on 1,300 subscribers, and they've done a lot of videos that talk about organization, these time management type videos, as well as the homeschooling and professional education. Over the Christmas holidays, they brought us a Vlogmas series of self-care videos, which were great as well. And if we dig through the older content, we'll find some more goal setting and planning videos and things like that. When we get into shorts videos, we see that this creator has experimented with a few different things, getting into over 1,000 views, one at almost 5,000. But the latest videos and the latest shorts that they've brought have got some extra fun with some trivia time. So hopefully everybody will enjoy those also. Ree's Blissful Connections is here just about every day, and I run into them constantly supporting other creators. They support on all my channels as well. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. And right away when we look at Jonathan Sturgill's channel, I see a video I need to watch. So I'm going to watch this one. The reason why is because where I am here, I can hear myself screaming at the microphone, but I haven't put much on the walls around me yet. So I need to think about acoustic panels. And what I'm going to do about that, I'm not sure. I would like everything to look aesthetically pleasing, but I'm going to have a look at what you've talked about. I used to work in music and radio, so I understand a lot about that, but Jonathan Sturgill is a pro when it comes to gear, comparisons, and especially technology now, looking ahead to what we're going to find in music over the coming decade or maybe even longer. He's monetized lots of ways to support him, including super chats and memberships when we get there. Over 5,000 subscribers already before even finding the Tuber Chat family, but continuing to grow. And then I notice your latest couple of videos are guitar lessons for beginners. You know, I had a neighbor that gave me a guitar, and it was an acoustic and obviously a beginner guitar, and this is like literally in probably 1970 something. I don't even think we're in the 80s yet. But this guy gave me a guitar and said, if you learn to play one song on this guitar, I will give you an electric guitar. And I didn't do it. Later in life, I had another one of my father's friends offer to give me a professional camera. We would look at it as archaic today, but back then it would have been professional. He had all these lenses. I didn't even know what to expect with that. He gave me the instruction book, like it was a big book you could buy at a bookstore, that goes through every feature and aspect of photography and this camera and everything else. If you read this book, I'll give you the camera. I didn't do that either. I had a really short attention span, and that continues today as well. But it's great to see that Jonathan Sturgill is teaching, because if I could ever make the time in my life, one of the things I'd like to do is learn to play a guitar. The reason why is because I played trumpet during my school years up until high school, and then I wanted to play drums so bad, and they just wouldn't let me. There was other drummers already older than me, and when I got to the 11th grade, then I became the high school drummer, finally. And the problem with that is playing drums by themselves is not as entertaining around a campfire as maybe a guitar, and a trumpet certainly is not going to do the trick either. But I think being able to play a guitar would be wonderful, and it's something I would, it's on the bucket list, let's just say. But it's great to know that we've got a friend that's got some beginner lessons for us here. And my son is also musically inclined, maybe even more so than me, so he's got guitars and things around. I'm going to look at Jonathan Sturgill's second channel, but thank you, She Stole My Thunder, for coming in. That's another fellow Canadian from Montreal. They just gifted a membership, gifted a membership, and that was picked up by Phasio the King, Naruto, Luffy, Goku, who's on the wheel right now, so thank you for that. They're another longtime friend. Trending in Buddha Supports, that's another channel from Buddha of Destiny Namaste, and Trending Live TV. They're both longtime friends. And hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. When we look at Jonathan Sturgill, Jesse Miller mentioned this earlier as well, but Product Scope is the new channel from this creator. They bring us a lot of musical instrument and gear reviews and comparisons. I'm just going to try to find their channel. It's brand new, 30 subscribers over here, but I'm going to put the handle in the chat. Anybody can find them if you'd like to. And Jonathan Sturgill saying the new chords on that channel, on their original channel, teach new shorts teach chords as well, which is important, of course, in all aspects of music or music creation. And then when we look at Product Scope, we see a complimentary channel from Jonathan Sturgill, where this is where he's talking about informed decisions, and then an idea of product reviews, so that we can understand what's out there and what's available to us. So hopefully everybody will connect with Product Scope and Jonathan Sturgill, and then let's spin the wheel. We'll see who's coming up next. And then I can't imagine that that's real, but maybe it is. Oh, it is actually. Yeah. Today we probably won't get to any newer channels that have come in. We're almost done with our live stream for today. We've got another stream that we're going to go and raid shortly. But thank you for asking. If you read our video description, you'll understand how to connect with creators here, which is what we do in the most important thing. And then I just put channels on the screen to give me something to talk about while we're here. I Am Betty J Gathers is working on 1,800 subscribers. This is a creator who's always smiling, always laughing, definitely a dynamic creator. And forgive me, She Stole My Thunder. I should have put your channel up right away. I'm going to do it right now. I Am Betty J Gathers is monetized. Lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships when we get there. Lately, she's been doing a lot of vlogging. She gives us a real look into her life, a chance to get to know her, and she brings us through a lot of different types of things, literally everything that she does throughout her days, over weeks and months. She often talks about living your best life over 60, but I have found that all of her content can relate to basically everybody anyway. And she does a lot of live streaming as well. The conversation can go just about anywhere once we get there, but she's always positive, always motivating, always inspiring, and has done really well with some of these shorts, getting into 8,000 and even 10,000 views and beyond. And then live streams on the channel. Like I said, she's live frequently, and this creator will bring us all kinds of insight into her life, but she also engages the chat. And like I said, the conversation can go just about anywhere once we're there. She's also inspiring as well. Now, I could be mistaken, but I believe she inspired Trish the Natural to start going live and even went on panel to help her, which is wonderful to see. I've seen them together many times. She Stole My Thunder is another longtime friend. Thank you again for that gifted membership. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. And She Stole My Thunder comes to us from Montreal. She mentions that she reviews books, art, and movies. She actually does much more on her channel. Lately, she's been doing a lot of these horoscope videos. I'm just going to take the latest one, put it in my catch-up list. That will give me a chance to catch up a small bit. She's been posting frequently, as you can see. Now, She Stole My Thunder also now has 1,000 videos. My dear goodness, it is working on 1,800 shorts. She's experimenting with a few different things here, but a couple of these have started to get into 400 views and beyond, and I think there's been a couple that are fairly new compared to some of the ones I was seeing earlier. So it looks like they're moving. Some of the newer ones are moving farther and faster, which is great. Live streams feature a lot of story time. She could be reading or could be reviewing either books, movies, or art, but she also gives us some tutorials here, like for instance, how to use Canva, which a lot of creators were talking about today. Jesse Miller was talking about that, or people were in the chat, where it's a free program and app, which I have used and like to recommend for creating thumbnails, banners, and things like that as well. They've got tons of familiar templates. Once you get in there, you'll get to see that you already recognize some of that stuff from other channels. She Stole My Thunder has been an incredibly generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. And there's lots more variety on the channel when we get there. But this is somebody who's been a friend now for, I've forgotten how long, but I would have to guess 3 years. And Scratch and PPA is coming up now. We'll see what they've got going on. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Superchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. Pardon me. Give me just 1 second here and I'll be right back. We're going to talk about Scratch and PPA. Allergic to everything. If I missed anything in the chat that anybody's pardon me again for that. I said I'm allergic to everything and it's driving me bonkers today. Scratch and PPA is literally sitting at 2,000 subscribers. 1.99. He's going to have 2,000 any moment. If anybody hasn't already connected with him, for anybody that's brand new in the chat, this is somebody you're going to want to connect with for sure. Scratch and PPA is known as a shining jewel in the Superchat family. He is one of the most supportive creators that I've met in my now almost 7 years on YouTube. So hopefully that has the impact that I mean for it to. Scratch and PPA is somebody who's going to run a live chat faster than what you see today in the premieres that he runs every Tuesday at 12:15 Eastern, with a special twist on lottery ticket scratching in his Scratch Challenge series of videos. If you can catch us for one of these premieres, they happen on Tuesday at 12:15 Eastern, and it is one of the fastest rolling chats you'll see in the Tuber Chat family. Faster than this, faster than most others. Pardon me. And I believe the biggest reason why is because he gives so much support to other creators that they come back to support him as well. However, this creator's had presentation at the forefront of his mind ever since he started producing content 3.5 years ago. It's I'm going to soon have to start saying 4 years. I'll have to go back and look. Scratch and PPA contemplated what he was going to do before he did it, but his video editing skills have been complimented right from the beginning. And then you'll see that he has a bright, beautiful avatar matched by the content. in the thumbnails of the videos, which give us a look at the lottery tickets that are pitted against each other and a hint about the giveaways that happen in his video series. His banner is updated every single week to go along with that, and we can vote on the content of next week's video if we follow him on Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook, which of course I do. It sets his series apart and is unique and a lot of fun to be a part of. Shorts on his channel have started now, where he took a trip to Italy a few months ago and brought us some vlogging style shorts to show us around the different areas he visited, as well some Italian lottery tickets that we otherwise might not have seen. And then he brought us his very first live stream from the area in which he was staying in Italy. And I know a lot of people were very excited to see an expansion in content on Scratch and Pete PA's channel. So again, for anybody brand new today, if you haven't already connected with him, I hope you will. For almost everybody here, my bet would be that they will say he is one of their most supportive creators. And the only reason I say that is to be fair. You know what I mean when I say he's one of my most supportive creators. He literally supports every single thing that I do on every single channel that I touch. And I have no choice but to shake my head, look at the sky, and thank God every day for how I could be so blessed as to have somebody like this that I can call a friend, who cares very much, not just about me or about the community or the things that I do, but very much about everybody he's connected to. You'll see that in the conversations that he has with creators in different live chats, in premieres and live streams. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. And then we're talking about Marketplace Boutique. So this is another creator who was extremely impressive to me when they first came into the Superchat family. And it's not going to be too long before I'm saying we've been friends for a year now. Marketplace Boutique is another creator who instantly was out supporting all kinds of other creators. I think I'm getting ahead of myself by saying a year. But Marketplace Boutique, right away, I had seen, after connecting here, in all kinds of premiere and live stream chats supporting other creators that I did not realize they could have already been connected to. So they're really aggressively working at supporting others, which I'm happy to see. But their whole channel is going to show us something. It's actually, dare I say, almost a one-of-a-kind channel in the chat. The way that they describe what they do, particularly focused on eBay in particular most of the time. They talk about buying and selling. We've seen that before, but Marketplace Boutique has a unique look at all of this stuff. What she's trying to do is show us how we can make another, at least one, if not more, stream of income by finding things to buy and sell, hopefully at a profit and hopefully while giving somebody a good deal. But she shows us how to do this, as well as the technical aspects of platforms like eBay. And I know there's newer ones like Letgo and older ones like Craigslist and Kijiji and things like that. Now, Marketplace Boutique will talk about shipping and listing, but I do a lot of that stuff myself as well, or have over the last many years, and I can tell you that listing and shipping are easy tasks to learn and to do. They only take minutes. The magic comes in what Marketplace Boutique is going to talk about, in finding the right things to buy and sell. An example is where she might buy a collection of different things at either an auction or flea market or thrifting or antique stores or different places like this, or even online possibly. Sometimes she takes us shopping actually, to show us where she finds some of the stuff. And then she'll talk to us about how to buy collections and then split them up and sell them individually, which I think is a great tip. I was so happy to see that. Marketplace Boutique as well has got some shorts here. These bring variety like most creators, regardless of niche or category. And some of these have done remarkably well. 4,000, a new one at 6,000. Another one at 8,000, 12,000, and one at 19,000, which is fairly new, which is great to see. So some of these are really moving and doing better and better as she goes on. And then Backyard Trucker often mentions that Marketplace Boutique helped them get started. JD Day, is that Jeremy renaming the channel? Because I thought you were just here. Oh, it might not be. JD Day, I think, is a different creator than Jeremy D Day. But it's good to see you here. So welcome. And for anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. Phasio to King Naruto Luffy Goku is going to come up right now. This is a longtime friend also. They're here with us frequently. I'm going to start dropping the link for Just Jason Keto and more because he's already live and got a 2,000 subscriber celebration. He is an over-the-top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter here, and we want to go celebrate with him. I hope everybody will come over. Phasio to King Naruto Luffy Goku is going to bring us a lot of animation on the channel more than anything else. They post shorter videos, but I'm going to grab one of these. I'm going to put it in my catch-up list. That will give me a chance to keep caught up with them or get caught up a little bit. They post frequently. Some of the shorts have done well, getting into 10,000, 11,000, even 13,000 views. And then live streams are something where they bring us a lot of video gameplay as well with some popular titles. So hopefully everybody will connect with them. And this can be a tough channel to spell if you're on a phone. So I'll put the handle in the chat, whether you can copy and paste that or need to type that out. You'll be able to get to them. Ron's Keto Cafe is here to help us with healthy eating, healthy living. I'm going to spin the wheel. We'll see who's coming up next between Bella's Whisper Farmstead and Ron's Keto Cafe. And we see that it's Ron's Keto Cafe, so we'll see what he's got going on for right now. I'll spin just for fun. Living Large with L Crew, good to see you in the house. Intrepids is a longtime friend. Good to see you here. Ron's Keto Cafe says live cooking and weekly updates. Yes, of course. Healthy eating, healthy living. How to make a keto chicken parmesan, which is actually a great video. I'm happy to see that because me in the kitchen personally, I can cook to save my life. I can make, we can all put meat in an oven for 45 minutes. But I don't make anything that's spectacular. But one thing I make often is chicken parmesan, just because it's a fairly easy thing to make, obviously. And there's not much prep to it. But having a keto chicken parmesan will be a great idea because I can look at it as a healthy alternative to what I otherwise would have had. So I've got that in my catch-up list. Ron's Keto Cafe actually posts frequently, so you can see how tough it is to try to keep up with a channel like this. But lots and lots of recipes, lots and lots of content when it comes to the idea of weight loss and a keto-based diet or lifestyle. Ron's lost over 100 pounds. He talks about that on his About page. You can read that story. And he brings live streams as well. It's been a while since I've caught you, but hopefully I'll catch you for another one of these soon. It's usually Ron just giving us some insight as to what's been going on or a little bit of history and a chance to get to know him as well. Bella's Whisper Farmstead. Yes, Bella's Whisper Farmstead is brand new to Tuber Chat today. Now, I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream, but what I'm going to do is take one of their videos. I'll take this 13-minute one. I love tiny homes. I don't know what it is about them that I'm so fascinated by, but I like them. Tiny house and tiny homes and tiny cottages and container, shipping container things and all that stuff. I'm just going to take this video. I'm going to put it in my watch later list. What that will allow me to do is after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list. I'll watch that video in full. I'll leave a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of the video. I'll give a thumbs up, subscribe, and put the notification bell on as I do for all creators. That should make our connection stick, and then hopefully everybody, hopefully you will put our notification bell on as well so you don't miss our further live streams. We are usually here at least 3 times a week. We mix up the days and times so that we can meet different creators from around the world. I've just dropped the link again for Just Jason Keto and more. He's live right now with a 2,000 subscriber giveaway. And he's an over-the-top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter, a friend who I've happened to meet in real life just a month ago or so. So we'll go over there and celebrate with him. Thank you, everybody, for the time that you spent today. Forgive me for the channels that we did not get to. We get to as many as we can in either a 2.5 or 3 hour period. We're back on Saturday at a much earlier time, but the next few live streams are already posted, so you can check the front page, set reminders, and plan if you need to. So thank you again, everybody. Thank you to our moderators. Thank you to all our dear friends who are with us so often, and to the newer channels that found us just today. And we'll see you again soon. I hope you'll come over with Just Jason Keto and more. Please remember the thumbs up on the way out and a thumbs up on the way in for him. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.